Hi, Charlie Shops. I always have faith. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, everybody. What's on here? Hi there, Miss Sally. Welcome in. That's cute. Thank you, Charlie. Hey, Angela. Hey, Miss Melinda. How are you? Hi, Puddin' Pie. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Welcome in. Hi, Loretta. Welcome, welcome. Super cute design. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Alicia. Welcome in. Hey, Miss V. Y'all, I finally got started. Finally. So there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot going on over here. Lots going on. Cynthia says thank you. What I do, Cynthia? You're welcome. Baskets with style. Hello, hello. Hey, Miss Nisi. Welcome in. Alicia says don't forget to ring the doorbell when you come in. Yes, please and thank you. You guys could double tap your screen. That should give you a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you enjoy the content. And they'll share it out to more people. I would greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who are watching the replay, if you could like the live or like the video, thumbs up. And what else can you do? Leave a comment and hype it up if you have the ability. Life be life in for all of us. Yes, it does. As Cynthia says, your beautiful designs and your time for sharing with us. Oh, you're welcome. I am glad it helps. Glad to be of service and all of the things. So awesome, awesome. Good to know that it's not in vain. So yeah, I finally got started. I'm working a little bit. I just wanted to come in. My numbers are super low because I've been on not really on vacation, but I've not been posting a lot to YouTube over these last couple of weeks. So I met my deadline. We got the taxes completed, or at least sent off to the lady. So I'm happy about that. Um, Not happy about the preliminary numbers, but I did my part. I submitted my documents and all that kind of stuff. So that part's behind us, or behind me. I've been continuing to move some things around as far as relocating some items out of my residence into other spaces and then bringing Easter in. So that is what I've been over here doing. But this Linky Box was on my mind for whatever reason. So I went ahead and completed it. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to actually do with it. Um, I knew I know I have several of these book bags in different sizes, different characters, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I gotta figure out something to do with them. They're not the larger book bags like your school bags. They're not those ones, but they are still, bags. So I did want to. I knew with them being smaller, I wasn't gonna be able to stuff stuff into the top of them. But I still wanted to give them some things. So these pair of boxers is actually a 4 pack of boxers by Lanky Box. Um, you're a great asset to the community. Thank you so much. Never in vain. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, we got the 4 pack boxers up here, and the pair of boxers that was on the front is the exact same print as what's on the book bag. So I kind of separated it and flipped it over so that you can see. It gives some variation, some depth between the two of them, so you don't just see it being one whole piece of this print, if that makes sense. So that's why it looks a little janky over here. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it like that or not. It's kind of messing with my mind, my OCD or whatever. So I'm kind of, I don't know about that. But I went ahead and stuffed my bag and added that. And then I was like, well, what else can I do? Because I did have one other piece of Lanky Box stuff that I wanted to put in here. So I was trying to figure out how I could do it. So I looked over there in my stash and I had some of these clear boxes. So I ended up putting some toys and some of your traditional Easter stuff into my clear box at the bottom. So in this box, I do have this mystery squishy lanky box piece that also came from Walmart. I have one of the stress relieving octopus um, that was yellow dot, and I think they're currently on. I think no, these have pennied out. So they, if you see these little ones, they have a pennied. I added in a larger egg, and I have what kind of candy in there? Is it candy or slime? It may be slime. I think it's slime in there, and then a hard candy in the other egg. As you turn it around, we got our chalk. What you can't see much here in this area is a slushy. There's a slushy under there. I had to bend the top back a little bit so it could fit. Then I put one of the little monsters, also another little tchotchke for the kid to play with. And then on this side, you just see the side of the octopus. There's another little egg in there, and I put a little thing of bubbles inside the little case. So this is just one of the 6x6 clear boxes. I got mine from Hobby Lobby. So I put those in there. I agree. You're definitely an asset. We appreciate it. Thank you, Pudding Pie. Hey, Vanita. Welcome in. Welcome in. So the backing of this is just a piece of foam board that I cut to roughly 6 inches. It's a little bit bigger. And I wanted to cover it up. So I ended up putting a little travel activity book back here, a little something from to play with. It has its own pen. You know where these came from, the tree store. And this I got from Hobby Lobby. It's like some little finger lights or something like that for the kid to play with. Just a space filler. Hey, Miss Terry, welcome in. Just pretty much a space filler. And then you can see on the back that there are other color, other pair of boxers. And then I just put a little pack of bubbles in here. I'm trying to think if I'm going to put something on this side. I want to say I have some kites, but I don't want it to be too tall, and I think most of my kites are really tall. So we may or may not put anything over here on the side. But like I say, this is something that doesn't have any candy that expires anytime soon. The one little piece of candy that's in this yellow egg is not a big deal. And then, like I said, they have slime. I'm pretty sure that's slime in there. Just a little something for them to play with. So I wanted this to be able to transition into other times and not just be something filled with snacks that after a month, if it doesn't sell, which I'm pretty sure it will, but I didn't want to have to open it up and take anything out. So I made sure I put items in here that were not perishable. I got the slushy in there. That slushy is good until 27, I think, sometime in 2027. So that'll be fine. It'll definitely be sold by then. But like I said, I didn't want to have to open this up, and how I'm going to wrap it. That's the last thing I wanted to do, is to have to take all of this apart and then open this up just to take some stuff out. So I omitted it. But this is the first one, and this should fit in an 18 by 30 bag. I think it may be too tall for that. If it is too tall, which I think it is, for it to have a ponytail, then I'll flip my bag upside down and tape it to the bottom of it, and then just kind of custom fit it that way. But that's my first one, so I just wanted to bring that one in and show you guys. I am working through a lot of book bags and things like that, and also baby gifts. I've started with babies. I had a lot of requests for babies last year, and a lot of requests for baby gifts for Valentine's Day. So I wanted to make sure I had some of those offerings on my table. I'm also working through quick stuff, and by quick stuff I mean, let's move you over this prototype. I probably will open this up and add some shred or something down to the bottom. But I don't know if you guys remember these little eggs that I got from Walmart. Inside the egg, there is a, whatever this is, a Bounce Buddy. So there is a pump inside of here, and it pumps this item up so that the kid can play on there. It's like a little bouncy thing. right there. See the little girl on it? So that's what it is. And here's a larger picture of what it looks like. So that's what's inside the egg, along with, like I say, a pump. There's, what else did they say? There's some other stuff in here. The pump, a birth certificate, and something else. But I went ahead and put all of it, literally just dropped it in a cello bag. I added a pair of ears. I put a tape from here across the top of it and onto the other side just to hold it in place. And then I put one little piece of tape on the sides of the ears to kind of hold it in place. And then the rest of it is pretty much being held by my tape that's on my cello. But this is just going to be rolled out like this. And I think I have 6 of these. After you take the little bouncy thing out of here, you can use this as a bank because it has a big coin slot at the top. So, yeah, we're just going to roll it. Like I said, the only thing I may do is put some shred down here. But that gets to be looking kind of crazy sometimes. And I don't know if I want to fool with that. So the jewelry's still out on it. But that's something that I'm working on. Like I said, this is the first one that I did. So we have those, and I'll run through a couple more of those. Super cute. Thank you, thank you. So if you have any of these little eggs or any of that kind of stuff, I know it's a dinosaur in here, but, or excuse me, a triceratops. But she finna go outside for somebody kid to play on. I don't know who, but somebody finna buy this. And the rest of them. The other ones I have are in, I want to say green and pink are the only 2 colors that I have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Hope, welcome in. So, yeah, just a little something, something, not too much. And keep in mind that I do have my snacks and stuff are going to be in other containers, and they'll just be given with the gifts as opposed to putting them in the gifts. I know that's not what a lot of people are looking for when they're looking at gifts, but shoot, Walmart be selling them with them little 3 pieces of candy in there, and they be all right with it. So I'm giving them a substantial amount of snacks and all of that. It's just not inside of my gifts. So, hey, Tasha, welcome in, pretty girl. So it's just not in my gifts. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I've already kind of laid out a plan as far as which gifts, or excuse me, what type of snacks I'm going to get and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to work it like that. I'm not really worried about it. Let's see. Is y'all's volume up? Your volume is up and your brightness is on a gazillion. It's not good. So that's that. We're going to make some more of those. Oh, no, I guess I was going to say that was pretty much it, all I had. But the only other things I have up here are more backpack gifts and more baby gifts. So I could bring this one up. It's not completed or anything, but this is literally another one of the backpacks. But this particular one is a Mickey Mouse backpack. And I was going teen-ish, tween-ish girl, because they seem to wear these things, although I know it is Mickey Mouse. So I kind of wanted to go teen with it, young adult. So I didn't put, like, I have this other stuff here. Let me show you guys what I got. This is actually Mickey Mouse also. The I Love Mickey Mouse collection girl. Create your own Mickey Mouse inspired looks. She has multiple outfits, multiple pairs of shoes in here, all the things. So I was kind of thinking I would put her in there, but then I'm like, she's a younger kid, like 6. It says ages 6 and up, so I'm thinking 6 to 10-ish. And I don't necessarily know that they'd be interested in wearing one of these little bags. So I haven't figured that out yet. But I could pair these ones up together. And of course, you know, I have the Mickey Mouse cups, these ones here. So we can do something with the cup. And I also have the Mickey Mouse socks that I'll probably be adding. So that's kind of where we're going with this. Where did my socks go? Oh. Got a couple different pairs to choose from. Hey Lisa, welcome in. But as it stands, it'll be something to the effect of this and this. Originally, this blanket was rolled up. I unrolled it and put it on a piece of foam board. And once I slide it down into a bag, everything should sit up and stay up the way I intend for it to. So I'm not really worried about that. And then the only other thing that I'm putting on here are going to be some socks. So some of these things are not going to be, super involved. But they'll be gifts nonetheless. Hey, Miss Cheryl, welcome in. Thanks for joining us, joining me. I don't know where I put him or where I put this little tag, but I'm pretty sure I would want it to stay with the gift. So we'll figure that out, the placement of it all. But this is what's going on with this, and this foam board is just bent. That's why it keeps flipping back. Because once I put it in the bag, it'll hold its shape. So I'm not really worried about that. But with how I had this blanket on there, I couldn't tape it in advance and hope, for it to sit up the way I wanted it to. So I was just like, screw it. I'll fix it when it gets in the bag. I'm loving these gift concepts. Thank you. Yeah, it appears that my Easter is going to be a little non-traditional. um, because, yeah, there are a lot of people in this area selling gift baskets. And not to say that I won't have actual Easter baskets, I will. But I also have non-traditional type gifts. So I figured we push them. We're going to push the envelope. I got, a little bit of time to get some things worked and all of the things. So I said, well, heck, well, let's just go ahead and see what we can do with what we got. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Easter. I'm literally giving myself 2 weeks and then I'm moving on. So I got a list, and we're working from that list. And at the end of those 2 weeks, we're going to move on. So I know I could possibly be leaving money on the table, but at the same time, I need to make sure I devote ample amount of time for Mother's Day. So, hey Deandra, did I speak to you, honey? How are you? Welcome in. Miss Cheryl came in also. Hey, Miss Cheryl. So yeah, so that's what I got going on with this. But I thought this was the cutest thing, and my adult daughter wanted to take this home with her a little while ago. I was like, "Girl, leave my stuff alone." But she was like, "No, put it in there, Mom. We need to get the kids back to playing with toys, all this kind of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah." But then I showed her the bag, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't know if that's the bag." And I was like, "Exactly." So, um, I was happy she gave me a little feedback on that because that's a little bit different. So anyway, there is the Minnie Mouse, or excuse me, Mickey Mouse, and I'll be figuring out which of all of these socks I want to add into that. And that's going to be about it. I showed you guys some of the tennis shoe concepts that I got going on. The Stitch tennis shoes. I have Hello Kitty tennis shoes that I'm putting together in concepts. So far we're running book bags, standalone gift items, shoes, and what else do I have in there? Oh, a playpen or a baby bed. I think it's a playpen. And I got several wagons in there. And what else? I think that's it. Hey, all things with the K. Those will definitely flow with many birthdays, graduations, etc. Seasons, yes, yes, yes. Gives it some time to, kind of move. So we're gonna do a lot of backpacks. Y'all know I got Sonic backpacks. I got freaking Minecraft. I got some just generic. And when I say backpacks, not talking about big backpacks. I'm talking about these little baby backpacks like this. So we're gonna run some of those for some of the kiddos. Hey Shannon, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. I even have, who is this? Like Mandalorian or somebody? Some little Star Wars guy. Oh, here he is. He fell to the bottom of the box. But this cutest bounty, Star Wars Mandalorian dude, we got him. My grandson just told me that this and this is not the same show. Gigi, that's not the same thing. It's like, what do you mean? Both of them say Star Wars. He was like, I know, Gigi, but they're not the same thing. He says that this guy is not on this show. And so I'm like, well, where is he? He was like, I don't know. He's just a baby. He's not with them. So I was like, okay. I said, well, I'll tell you what, they gonna be together this time. Cause yeah. But we got the cutest bounty. Let's see. Hey, Chrissy. Chrissy Crafts and Gift Baskets. Welcome in. All things with a K. It says, I was thinking that I'm going to run some of those backpacks from Family Dollar last year. Gotta go. Yes. Thanks for the reminder. Yep. So any backpacks you got, it'll be, I think, a good time, especially since the kids have a little bit of time still left in school. And plus, when my kids were little, they used backpacks, especially during the summer, either going over to somebody's house or to camp or, wherever they were going when they were with, like, my grandmother and my mom used to watch them and stuff when I was working. So they would have their little bag packed for the day. So I would definitely run book bags, mini book bags, any of that kind of stuff. As well as, of course, you guys already know the water toys and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to run those as well. Um, Miss Shannon says, are you doing chairs? I am. I am. I am. I just looked at a stack of like 15 chairs. I started to bring home with me. I almost brought them home with me from storage, but I said when I take all of this to storage, I'll bring the chairs over and then we're going to get started on those. It's about time for a refresh of backpacks. Yep, at this point in the school year, for real, for real. Mine had to get them, I think, Christmas, during the Christmas break. They ended up usually going back to school. Once the new year started, they went back with another backpack because they ain't making them like they used to. And now my granddaughter, like every 9 weeks, she needs a new backpack. So I don't know what they be eating on them backpacks with all day at school, but they don't last nowhere as long. Yay, I can't wait to see them. Yeah, we're gonna try them, Miss Cheryl. We're gonna try them. I did a couple of chairs before. I'm gonna do the small kid chairs, the traditional, well not traditional, but the small kid chairs, and I'm also doing the big butterfly chairs for the teenagers. They'll have like electronics, body pillows. I'm gonna do one with gamer stuff, and it's got. I started pulling the stuff for it. I pulled a clock, um, or one of those LED wall decor things that we got some time ago. So I got quite a few gamer things. So I know I'm doing a gamer butterfly chair for like a little for a young man. He probably is not going to be too particular about the butterfly aspect of the chair, the fluffiness of the chair, but we got some of those. And trying to think of what I was doing with the girls. I may not have pulled that one yet. Um, hey, Elle, welcome in. Miss Cheryl says, I have JoJo Sewage, JoJo Seawall. A couple, do you think they will sell the backpacks? Yes, ma'am. I think so. I think so. I say run it all, Miss Cheryl. And if it doesn't sell, then I would probably run it again in a different way. Meaning if I put it in a bag or in a non-traditional gift for one season, and it doesn't move, then when I revamp it, if I revamp it for another season, then I may try to put it in like more of a traditional setting. So like I would consider this like a non-traditional Easter basket because there's literally no basket. So if it didn't move in this form, then I may change up and put it into like a more traditional basket. Or sometimes it just isn't time for it. Things get popular, lose popularity, that kind of thing. But yeah, I would definitely run JoJo. They're still selling her in the stores. I know that. Hey, Elle, welcome in. Yes, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. We got 39 people on and 37 likes. I appreciate y'all. Yes, Michelle, we knew it was see what. Yes, made me giggle for real. Very cool. Great ideas for the chairs. Yes. So if you got any of those butterfly chairs, that's what I'm planning on doing with mine. Y'all know I had did one for Christmas time. I had staged it up and took some pictures and all that kind of stuff. And I may just put those items in there because it was mainly like a girl's bedroom revamp. So there was like the butterfly chair. I had a rug, a wall shelf. What else was in there? Some wall hangings, a little speaker or something like that. So we put several of those types of things into those butterfly chairs also. So we're gonna run them. I mean, that's all I can do at this point. And I got a certain number of gifts that I'm wanting to do, so I'm gonna just try to get those done. I still have quite a few to revamp that are in my storage unit. Um, but they just have big gaping holes in them where I took out the snacks. So I'm gonna go in and figure out something to put in those holes because it's literally a section in each of the baskets where the snacks were. So I'm gonna put some toys in there, or I may just drop some snacks in there, and know that those particular ones won't come home with me. So at the end of the day, or whoever starts looking at them, if I need to drop them down to whatever price to move them because they had snacks in them, then I'll move them that way. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out and report back. Hey, Miss Vanita says I have a JoJo backpack and just found a watch for $1 at Walmart. Yep, to go with it. It had a $2 clearance sticker, and when I scanned it, it was $1. Yes, there are lots of dollar finds at the Walmart. Um, what was it? Watches. I just saw the Mother's Day watches out today. They're cute. I'm liking the new Mother's Day watches. Also by Folio, Folio. So the same company. This time they are in a, I want to say like a peach color box. So I did like that. It was giving me Bridgerton vibes. So watches I saw on clearance, jewelry, shades, purses, kids slippers and shoes. Um, what else? That's all I can think of right now. But those types of accessories have been some of the things I've seen on sale the last couple of trips in Walmart. So, and actually for the last probably week, because I got that jewelry and that all that Care Bear stuff the other week. I think it was last week I shared with you guys. So yeah, keep checking those areas of your store because they are turning over items as well as your health and beauty. We got a lot of perfumes and sprays, and I bought some Hello Kitty makeup items for adults like La Creme or something like that. And I found even more of that stuff today. I still haven't found but one pack of wipes, but I did find some more of the um, what is it, facial cleansers or something. So I'm gonna run those. I got my Hello Kitty things out to go with it as well. Let me see what else I got over here. Uh, these are baby items. So yeah, I'm doing a little bit of two things. I'm trying to take care of baby and work on some of this baby and what else? Backpacks and standalone gifts. So I got quite a few things going on. That may be why I be so scattered. Do too many things at once. But I did find these in my stock. And I need to figure out how I'm going to get these to look better than this because the little boxes were all crushed. But this is a muslin swaddle and beanie set by Parents' Choice. Who we got? Hey, Mama She, welcome in. So we got this thing. And Miss Angela, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I was showing that I actually have gotten started. I am working a little bit on some stuff. Where did my scissors go? That's very nice. Yes, I thought so too, Kay. I was pleasantly surprised when I found these on clearance. They say they were $8.88. So we got several of the muslins and the beanies. It's one swaddle in there and then one beanie. And then I have these little guys, which I actually saw in Walmart today when I was in there. I was like, wow, you're selling them again. And this time they're more expensive. So yeah, my first Easter basket set, it includes the basket, the plush toy, and then there's a baby blanket on here that literally says first my first Easter. So, it's not a whole blanket. Let me see. Where's that other one at? Because I took one of them apart to put into a baby gift. And then I ended up changing the direction I was going to go. So it's probably out of here by now. Because I don't see it. And I took most of that stuff out of here. Um, yes. So sweet. So we got the little bunny. And he's $15. Oh, here it is. Maybe you can see it a little bit better that way. So there's the bunny, the basket, and then there's this little blanket friend that says my first Easter. So I got this, and I'm thinking I may just literally stick this little muslin back here and put some snacks on there. I would like to put it in so that you can see it. This string is aggravating me. Um, so it could even be like that and literally wrap it up. Like I'm one and done. That's it. You have a few of those? Cool beans, cool beans. Yes. Hey, still classy. Welcome in. So yeah, it's quick gifts, and I mean this baby can't have no snacks. It's their first Christmas, so there's not even a lot that I can even do with him or her. So we're gonna put their little item in there. I got to figure out how to get all this stuff unattached because this was already pre-built. There's some cardboard in here already to hold the baby up. So I'm going to have to unattach something so I can stick something in the back of here. But yeah, I'm going to drop this right on in the bag and add a bow to it, and that's going to be that. I may have, this has a rattle. This is a rattle. I was going to say I can give them another little baby rattle. Y'all know those rattles I got from Target? I can add one of those in there just to give it a little color or something. But other than that, yeah, we finna roll these right on the side. So, I also have plate sets. Y'all remember all those Easter plates I got? Yeah. So I'm gonna list those on Marketplace tomorrow. And I'm gonna put out there that I have X number of boxes of those Easter plates. So you can buy one box or you can buy 12 boxes. If you buy 12, this is the price. If you buy them individually, this is the price. So hopefully I'll get those moved. And I would love for an organization or somebody that's having Easter something, something, tea and crumpets, I don't know. But somebody needs to buy all of those plate sets for me. So I'm going to list them as a group lot or like a lot so I can hopefully move them all at one time. Um, yes, perfect baby gift. Yep. Wrap and bow. That's it. Exactly. Miss Angela says, nice. So cute. Mama, she says, question, do y'all think all Easter baskets should have snacks? I do not. I'm one of the parents who do not do the snacks. There's not a lot of snacking over here. My grandkids are not big snackers. They're pretty natural, holistic, sea moss taking kids. Now that older one, I can tell you, now that she's older and things like that, she is experimenting with other types of foods and that kind of thing. But she has noticed a significant um, change, and she has eczema, so she has now noticed her eczema flares up when she eats certain types of things. So that's starting to really weigh in on her, and she's making better decisions about what she's eating because she's trying to get to a place where she doesn't have the eczema flares. I said all of that to say my grandkids don't do a lot of snacking. Now that little, my youngest granddaughter, the second grandkid, that ain't nothing but a snack monster. That little girl eats snacks sun up to sundown if you let her. And she has been that way since she was born. She's super picky eater. And she was one of the kids that only ever wanted like chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese. Yeah, she was that kid. So, but the rest of them, smoothies, sea moss, fruit, veggies, like that's their MO. So we don't do a lot of snacks. So I don't feel the need to do a lot of snacks because I know a lot of people don't do that. And I've had a lot of people ask me, especially people that I know that are buying gifts from me, like friends and family, they don't do a lot of snacks. So I'm doing my snacks on the side. If you buy an item that doesn't have snacks in it, I will give you a bag that has your little snacks in it. And when I say a bag, I did the window bags last year, the tall window bags. I think they're supposed to have a tumbler or something in there. There was just enough room to put a Kool-Aid thingy at the bottom, a pack of chips, and then at the top, I put in a like an Easter themed cello bag. I would put the little candies and all that kind of stuff. I put that in there. I think there were some 2 eggs down at the bottom in front of the juicy juices or whatever. So that was literally the grab bag that went with the bundles, the toy bundles that I was selling, and the gifts that didn't have snacks in them. So I don't think all of them should have it. I guess it just depends on what kind of stuff your people are asking for. Mine are going to be available on the side. So, hey, Miss Rose, welcome in. And I'm sure other people have chimed in by now, Mama She. So I will see that as I come on down. Miss Rose came in. All Things with the K says, no, Mama She, I'm not putting snacks candy in mine this year. They're getting a separate treat bag when they purchase. Yep. And even before that, I designed some that had none at all. Yes. Great, y'all, because I am not this year going to give and sell separately in an Easter treat or goodie bag. Yeah. I'm doing separate snack bags. Hey, Keisha, welcome in. What kind of bag do you put your snacks in? Yeah, Miss Angela made snack boxes. Each basket gets one. I have some. I have some boxes also. Excuse me, y'all. I have some boxes also. Y'all remember those boxes I was getting from the bin store and all those little bags? Like I got a pack of 50 basketball cello bags. Like I can do some of those. I got a couple of the window bags left that I could do. But a lot of those little cello bags, I have some black bags in there, just like craft bags that I can put a picture of an Easter egg on the front of. They don't have to see what's inside the bag as far as the snacks are concerned. That kind of a thing. So it's just for me not to have it inside of my gifts. That way, I don't have to worry about holding off or buying a whole bunch of snacks right now. I can literally wait until 2 weeks from now and get my snacks and do all my bags at one time instead of going out to Sam's now and getting chips that may or may not be good dates, looking for the all the other stuff. Like I'm gonna wait, get the baskets knocked out, and then I'll do the snacks after. I make snack boxes. Miss Angela said, Pudding Pie says, lesson learned from last Easter. I had to throw away a lot of snacks from unsold baskets. Yes, ma'am. As did I. And I said this year, if that meant I had to give those gifts away, give gifts away that had snacks in it, I am not storing baskets that had snacks in them because it took me forever to open those bags, those gifts up and take them snacks out of there. By the time I did, the snacks were expired, which was wasteful on my part. Of course, I had to write it off and all that kind of stuff. But even at that, I don't like wasting food like that. Somebody could have eaten it. But yeah, it was just a lot of waste. And me making a lot of gifts, all occasion ish type gifts. Uh, if they don't have the snacks in it, then I don't have to worry about taking them apart to take out snacks, and I don't want to touch them again after I do them. Yes, I remember those. Perfect. Yep, I got some of those. I got like Ninja Turtle, like some of the Gable boxes, You guys remember the little boxes that I did the sneaker cleaning kits with? I have some of those little gable boxes left. So I'm gonna just put snacks in there. So on my snack table, there's gonna be those little gable boxes with the sneakers on them. I'll have the little basketball cello bags with their treats. I'll have a couple of wine bags, however, or the wine tumbler bags, or whatever you call them, window bags, I guess. I'll have some of those with snacks. So it will just be a collection of snack bags and stuff. You can just come and pick your poison because it ain't going in my gifts. Hey, Chosen. She says, good evening, Esmery and Workshop Watchers. Esmery, what's on the back of your Lucky Box concept? Um, what's back there? Nothing. Nothing at all. Hold on, let me pull her back over here. And try not to drag it across the table because there's this little bump there. But there's nothing back there. I got a travel and activity book, some little finger thingies, finger lightsabers or something like that. You put them on your fingers and do lights. And then I just made sure some more of the little boxers were showing on the back. So it's a 4-pack of boxers. So you can kind of see 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. Hey, Never in a Million. All things with the case said I made my own cello bags out of Easter themed cello wrap. Yep. I made a live if anyone needs an idea. Awesome, awesome. Yep, that's a good idea also. So yeah, use up some of that stuff you got. Y'all got all this polka dot cello and all of that kind of stuff. And you could, just like Kay said, they sell the little treat bags, in the Dollar Tree and Dollar General, Family Dollar. They sell those little bags in there also. Um, but if you have some of those like larger bags that had the print on there, the Easter egg prints, you can put them in those things. It's just up to you guys. Kay says, "Hey mother." Nay says, "Someone is going to be lucky kid to get Easter baskets with those gifts." Thank you so much, Nay. I appreciate you. 2 more likes to 50. We are at 50 likes. Thank y'all. Chrissy says, "I used all of my leftover snacks from last year to give away for Halloween treats." Oh, okay. Good idea. Good idea. Way to use up that inventory. We hit 50. Way to go. Hi, Mom. She says, "Hey, S. Marie, heard your voice and woke up." Oh, thank you. But why are you, Mama, go back to sleep? But I appreciate the support. Never in a Million says, "I did a few with candy, but I'm okay. I'm not doing, but I'm not doing snacks anymore. And these days kids are really picky, aren't they? Oh my goodness." Because last year I remember somebody came and asked me about some Takis. I was like, I will not put Takis in there. And yeah, my husband had to talk to me about that. These are not your gifts. You can't just design the way you want to and give them what you want them to eat. It's the kids and da da da. I was like, sir, Takis, I ain't putting Takis in there. Now I'll do a lot of stuff, but Takis ain't finna be it. um, Chantel says, "Oh, all things with a K says, hey mom." Chantel says, "Yeah, I'm only doing candy this year." Mm-hmm. Showing I'm asleep. Hey, Donuts, welcome in. Those little underwear are cute, aren't they? They are. They are. Hey, Donuts. Okay, love you. Nighty night, night, mommy. So, yeah. So that's what I got going on. Not a lot, but yeah, we're just working through some backpacks and some miscellaneous things. Like I said, I'm gonna drop these little my first gifts since these are so easy. I'm gonna add this little muslin to the back of here, and I mean these little beanie sets to the back of here, and drop them directly in some bags, and put a little bow on them. So I'm doing the same thing for these that I'm doing with these big eggs. I'm gonna drop them in a cello bag and put some little ears on them, and I'm gonna move those out. So I'll have one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, six of these jumbo eggs with the baby bouncers in there. Then I'll have three of these My First Christmas little sets. That's just one and done. I mean, super simple just to do. And like I say, I do have some other stuff, but I don't know. A first Christmas, I mean, a first Easter, they ain't playing with nothing. I don't think. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Taki and Sour Patch is what they asked for real. Those and airheads. Yep. That's what they into. And I'm like, I can't, I just cannot in good conscience give y'all children that. Like, I know y'all be wanting it. Like my granddaughter, she be wanting hot chips all the time. I'm like, girl, if you don't sit your hot chip stuff down. Gigi, I love hot chips. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not doing hot chips. Hey, Elle. Welcome in. So now, and like I said, Walmart get away with it. Shoot, they sell all those little things that they sell that don't have no kind of candy in there. So I don't feel bad by giving them a baggie or a little box that has their candies in there. I really don't. Um, so yeah, it is what it is. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's well. Yes, yes, yes. Just working on some stuff. I figured I'd come in and hang out with you guys for a little bit. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and we're about at our time. Questions, comments, or concerns? Anybody want to see anything or have any questions for me? What was I? Oh, here's something else. Uh, I found these in my Easter bag, in my Easter box. So these little frosted treat bags is just big enough for you to put a chip in there, a little drink pouch, some candies, couple little eggs, and there you go. I'm going to stack that. I started to put them in those big egg concepts, but I'm not. But yeah, things like this, I'll be pre-made these little Easter bags, and they'll be sitting up there. So you get your Easter treat and come on over here and let your kid, or come pick out your kid a treat. And that's about all I can tell you. What is your kid gonna go Easter egg hunting with? I absolutely don't know. I mean, that's why I said my things aren't necessarily traditional baskets, because there's nothing for you to go Easter egg hunting with. So I guess the baby's gonna be out there with a plastic bag. I don't know. And years past, in previous years, should I say, I've had traditional Easter baskets that I could have given them with, the purchase of a non-traditional one. But I've been getting rid of those baskets. Y'all saw me. I was sticking them baskets in the bottom of foundation as foundational pieces and all that kind of stuff. So I done ran through all them little Easter baskets I had. So I think I do have some left in a tote. I just found another tote marked Easter. And I opened it up and all I saw was eggs in there. So I know me. There's got to be more in that tote than eggs. So I'm thinking there's some more baskets in there. If there are, I'll give those out as long as I have them. And I'm literally giving them out because I would have probably paid, next to nothing for them, because I would have only picked them up when they turn next to nothing. So I can hand those out because, but then a kid that's doing Lanky Box, he probably ain't out there Easter egg hunting either. This little baby, she ain't Easter egg hunting. This kid here that's on this little bouncy thing, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to give him a basket, I guess. Uh, yes, all kids seem to love those hot chips and Cheetos. Yes, L. Keisha says the babies are eating hot chips and looking at me like I'm a punk because my mouth be burning. I don't see how they can do it. I really don't. Okay, so she want to see everything. Oh, heck, I ain't got nothing to show. I'm trying to think. What else was I showing? Oh, I was showing you guys the bags. That's what I pulled up to show you. Oh, and I don't know if you guys heard, but I heard from, what is it, Crazy Coupons, that the Valentine's gift sets, all of those are slated to penny on Tuesday. So I'm super proud of myself for not being tempted and going back outside today, because I know I would have been buying gift sets and other stuff that probably is going to be a penny or even, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't go out. I didn't need anything. And yesterday I went outside to get snacks from the clearance event and came home with no snacks. So that's why I was like, nah, I could have kept my little hot $75 because I didn't buy none of the stuff that I went outside for. So um, I'm glad to know that some things are pennying on Tuesday. I may get a chance to go out and see what's up with that. I would definitely like to get some of the like window clings and the little Easter or Valentine's Day bubbles and that kind of stuff because I don't have much Valentine's left for those kinds of gifts. So I'm gonna pick those up. But yeah, y'all don't forget that stuff is going to a penny, and this is super fast because we haven't hit 75% off. And well, yeah, the Valentine's Day candy is supposed to go also, and it was only 25% off. So yeah, they're trying to move that stuff. Are you going out for street sales? Yes, ma'am. I absolutely am. My plan is to have all of these things sold because I'm not doing a lot of gifts. I don't have a high monetary goal for Easter. Um, and my thinking is if I can get these things worked and pictured and all of the things, then I can go ahead and start running them on social media. I want to get them in people's faces before, like tomorrow, I think it's the first. So I want them to see, hey, I got some gifts over here, and maybe put your piece of money to the side this pay period and a piece next pay period, and now you got all your kids' stuff together. Like, I don't know, but I need them to at least know that I have these few gifts that I'm offering. So, yes, ma'am, we will be outside, but hopefully these things will be sold by then. All the DGs, I went to them folks, buy them, nothing in my area. Real, yeah, it was a lot of stuff left in my stores. Oh, man, I'm talking about so much. All them Nerf guns and stuff that Still Classic was showing. Yeah, I know there was an entire whole section over like what is it? They have a shelf over the freezer section in my store, one of my stores, and that entire shelf was filled with nothing but those Nerf things all the way across. Those and what else was up there? It was a lot. It was a lot of stuff, and I just looked at all that stuff and immediately got overwhelmed. I was like, I ain't doing it. I'm out of here. And then after I left, I was thinking I should at least looked up there to see if I saw some penny stuff, but I hadn't. I've been out of the loop, so I didn't even know really a lot of stuff that was a penny. Although I went to a store who brought out rolltainers, and she told me that it was pennies in there, and there were definitely pennies in there. So I did get quite a few of those because they were in the rolltainers. Other than that, I didn't really know what had been pennying out and going to 70%, like the yellow stars and all that kind of stuff. I hadn't been keeping up, so I didn't know what was going on with all that stuff. Does anybody have adult Easter egg hunts? Uh, Not that I know of. Not that I've heard of, actually, Melinda. Now that you say it, I don't think I've heard of anybody saying anything about that this year, but it may still be early. I don't know. Keisha says that's my goal. Also, ask Marie to start posting March 1st. I have about 100 baskets made now, and I'm looking to make 300 more. Let's go, Keisha. That is awesome. Good job. Good job. That's very good to have 100 now. But yeah, get the posting. If you want to move them, go ahead and start posting them. Cause like I know All Things for the K sales on other websites and stuff. Hey, Miss Peggy. Um, Sells on other platforms and stuff. So get your stuff posted because there'll be grandparents who are not able to buy a basket and take over to their grandkids. Like we're getting all of our grandchildren gift Easter baskets, of course. So their situations are going to be huge and ridiculous simply because I get to show off and say, look what I can do. So this is an opportunity for me to build big and huge and all of that kind of stuff. So I'll enjoy doing that for all five of them. Um, just so that I can have pictures and all that kind of stuff also. But there are grandparents that's going to be having to get these kids gifts. And if you are on some of those selling sites, they can order the gifts from you and then have them shipped to their grandkids if they stay in other cities and states. So, yeah, definitely utilize any of those platforms, whether it's eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Macari, any of those things. If you sell on sites and you have a following and all that kind of stuff, definitely put your gifts out there. Now, I would, I guess, be leery of what types of gifts you want to put, because I want to say you gotta put them so that it's not so tall. Because the larger your box is, the more you may have to pay for shipping. So be mindful of that kind of thing. And also, when you're building your gifts, if you think that this is a gift that may end up being shipped, then you need to make sure you're securing everything in there. Because traveling through the post office, it's bound to get dropped and kicked and all kind of things. So you want to make sure you really tape it, get everything secure in there, so that it'll make it to its recipient the way it looked when it left you. Uh, Chrissy says, yes, I want to have my pictures up by no later than Monday the yep, yep. That's it. We got to get ahead of it. She says, I ship also. My buyers pay all shipping. Cool beans, cool beans. Kay says, I have also posted already with absolutely no pics on Facebook and in groups. What? Not with no pics. Girl, let me get over there and get to start the posting stuff. Like, don't forget about me. I got you. Look over here. Come back in a week. I'll have some more stuff to show you. But yeah, that's pretty good. So at least with these things that I'm doing tonight, I can yeah, Miss Shannon says watch your weight too, it gets expensive. Yep. So at least with these things that I'm doing tonight, I'll be able to have some things to show. I found like 2 baskets that were still assembled. They had snacks in them. So I'm gonna take pictures. I think I already have pictures of those. I was gonna say I'll take pictures of them and put them back out there, but I already have those. So I may include those in my collage of, hey, look what I got. Come buy from me. And when I was in Walmart, I surely walked over there and poached me another doggone customer. I saw a distant cousin of mine in the Easter section. I was like, ma'am, what are you doing over here? She's like, girl, I gotta get these wait a minute. Did you forget your cousin to gift baskets? Girl, I forgot. What? Well, baby, come step into my office. Let's talk. So, of course, in the store, she's trying to give me the ages and the names of the kids. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You gonna have to text me, cousin, because I got too many orders and things on my list to do. So I want to make sure I get your order correct and their ages and all of that stuff correct. So the best way would be for us to go ahead and communicate. That way I can go back and read your text. You can read my text. We're all in agreement about what's going on, that kind of thing. She was like, oh, yeah. Okay, that makes way more sense. Yeah, thank you, because I'm not going to remember that in this, though. Like, no. But yes, that is, get your stuff in front of them people. Let them see it. Oh, I just wanted you to know that I was able to scan today under a guest. I was so excited. Oh, look at Sally. Good job. I'm glad it worked for you. I know that helps so much. I hate shopping blind. Like, without knowing the prices, that'd be killing me. Hey, Pebbles. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Miss Brenda Lee. How are you? Keisha says, at this time, I don't ship because my baskets are tall. I always ask my cousins that are okay with their kids' pics being online to pose with the basket. It really helps people see how big they are. Okay. Awesome. Yes, congrats on the order, right? Yeah, so we're going to have to talk about it because she was trying to give me way too much information in the Walmart. I was like, no, ma'am. We're not doing this. As soon as you walk off, soon as I walk off, I'm going to be forgot all of that. So let's text. So I sent her a text right then and there before she even walked off. Hey, cousin, this is, and here's my number, and we talked today about the Easter baskets. Send me the ages and your price ranges and all of this kind of stuff next week so we can go ahead and get started because I'm only working these for a short period of time. And she responded back. I told her I'd give her until the end of next week to get her order in. And she responded back that she's going to have it in before that. So I was like, okay, cool. I also started carrying random gifts in my car with me to show and bring them into work with me. They sell, and I've gotten plenty of orders. Great idea, Chrissy. Yep. Got to keep one in the trunk. I can't do that. Not in Florida. All my stuff would be melted, honey. It was 80 degrees out there the other day. But yes, definitely, definitely. Miss Sally says, "Oh yes, it's just like going in a store and they don't have prices on their Right? Yes, roses. That's why I don't like roses or Hobby Lobby. Well, Hobby Lobby have prices on stuff, but I don't ever know what's on clearance and what's not. So yeah, I don't like playing around over there. I almost always on any given day have gifts in my van. I know that's right. I know that's right. Now, what I do not have, and I need to order that as soon as I get off here with y'all. Hey, Miss Rhonda, I need to get me a flash drive to go into these phones so that I can pull all of those pictures off of my phones. Because I talked with them again today about my storages and stuff, and that man was like, ma'am, there's literally 16,000 pictures on your phone. At which point I was super ashamed, but he was like, yeah, that's probably why it's telling you you don't have enough storage. So he was trying to back up stuff to this mysterious cloud and all of the things. I was like, yeah, ain't nobody doing that. So I need to get me an external one that I can put into my phones and also into my computers, my laptops, and stuff like that. And then that way I'll have my pictures with me, but they're not on my devices. That's what's killing my devices. Um, I would hate to lose my stuff. Exactly. And now, periodically, I'll take all of my pictures off of my phones and put them onto my laptops. So I've done that, and then backed them up also. But I haven't done it in a while, so there's just so much in there. So yeah, I got to keep up with that. But I need to order. I saw one. It was like $20, and it'll hold. I think it was like 100,000 pictures or some ridiculous number. So I was like, yeah, well maybe that'll work for me because taking the time to back it up and get it off of my phone and all that kind of stuff is it's not really it. So yeah. But I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. Yep, and we are at an hour. Here, let me see. I don't look around one more time in here. I know y'all saw most of this stuff, so. I showed these to you. I was telling you about the shoes. And I even have some more shoes I just found at Walmart. Oh, I got baby Moana. I showed these the other day. And these Hot Wheels. So we're going to add those into some concepts. And then I got the night before Christmas or somebody. Those are cool. I'll catch the replay. Thank you. Yes, basket pics videos are what bogged my phone down. And now I have to get a new phone. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said, nah, I got to fix this. So I'm going to order that little thing off of Amazon. And hopefully that way I'll still be able to have them with me. And I can stick that little device into my phone at any point and pull up pictures if I need to show somebody. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. But yeah, you guys know I will pick up a shoe or a purse. I think shoes are becoming one of my cores for some reason. Shoes and slippers and stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure out my life on that because I'd be real heavy in these shoes. The mysterious cloud. It is. It's talking about the Verizon cloud. I was like, ain't nobody even heard of that before. Like, yeah, we have a cloud too. I'm like, okay. they only think, what did he say? They only think about the iCloud or something like that. I'm like, dude, I ain't never even had an iPhone. Well, I had one for like a couple of days. I couldn't figure out how to work it, so I went and bought another phone and I ain't turned back. Those are cool. Hey, Maria, welcome in. That's a good idea because that's why I keep all my photos on my phone. Yeah, I've been researching it because I was like, I can't stand to lose another phone, and I need these to work. There's no reason to have all these freaking phones on me all the time, and I still can't even do a video. So yeah, I gotta get that worked out. But these are some Stitch tennis shoes. This is one of the Kindle display boxes. I just kind of set this in here. I was trying to figure out how I was gonna roll them, how I was gonna work them. Miss Angela left a comment and she was saying that I could always just put them in a bag, in a cello bag with like their coordinating socks, and just roll with them like that. But I was trying to do something a little jazzier with it than that. I'm pretty sure I'll do some like that also, just in a cello bag. But some of these are kind of cute, and I know that with a little bit more than a cello bag, they'll fetch a little bit more money. So, yeah, that's why I was trying to do something else with some of them. Just like the Lanky box, I could have stopped at the box and the boxers, the book bag, and that little piece of toy, but adding the clear box under the bottom and some more Easter items helps me get the price that I wanted for just those other three items. So that's kind of how I was looking at it. You do well with shoes. Do you do well with shoes? We finna see, Miss Rhonda. I have in the past. I do pretty good with, I guess, non-conventional stuff that I don't. And I think that was one of the reasons why I've been so bogged down. And I think this break has helped me because I see a lot of people doing things, and I don't necessarily have those items. So I have to really use my creativity for the items that I have, as opposed to the LLC. And LLC is awesome, and it helps me a lot with inspiration and to kind of figure out what type of items could work with something. But all of that's not going to help me if I then feel like I have to go out and buy things to go with it. So I just have to really focus on what it is that I have and work my stock. Um, so I do a lot of non-traditional things that work out. Like I did hats. I've been running hats for 3 years now. Cowboy hats, fedoras, sun hats. Um, I did flip flops and some concepts last year. They did really well. Uh, I know my home baskets and all of my big baskets have more home stuff in them, like mirrors and candlesticks and things like that in them, um, as opposed to a lot of Bath and Body Works and those types of things. So I think I'm a little bit outside of the box, outside of the norm with regards to basket concepts. And that may have been some of the draw to me, is because I didn't have just the regular stuff. So yeah, we're getting back to doing me. I still haven't found those cups. Really? Will you be doing any concepts with the DT baskets with the charms? Um, yes. Crazy enough, I have five of each color. What is it? Like four different colors. So yeah, I got 20 of those back there. I have no idea what I'm gonna put in them. But whatever it is, it's gonna be something quick and easy. I was thinking with the girls, because I got a whole bunch of Barbie dolls and Barbie type dolls, not Barbie, but baby dolls. I may stick that in there. I got a whole bunch of different tchotchkes and stuff when we were clearing out Dollar Tree for a quarter. So I got a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. So I think we're just going to fill it with some inexpensive things and run them like that, because as far as I'm concerned, the bag is really the draw. I do have a couple of Crocs, but I don't know if I want to try to put Crocs in there in those bags. So yeah, I got to figure it out. I got to figure it out. Get back. Where was I? So yes, to answer your question, always have faith. I do have those. I have not figured out exactly what I'm putting in them yet, but yeah, I done bought up 20 of them. I got to figure out something because I got to sell them. I gotta sell them. Miss Angela says, yes, playing your strengths. Yes, Miss Angela. Chrissy says, don't forget the adult gifts for men and women for Easter. Last year I sold more adult gifts than ever for the Easter holiday. Really? Very nice. I do remember selling some stuff Easter, some men and women baskets. Some of the men and women baskets went to like young adults or teenagers that were out of the egg phase. I think I had a couple of people shopping for other occasions, birthdays, and different things like that. So there were some requests for those types of things. And I did take out men's and women's gifts because I wanted the people to that were coming to the table to know that I would have Mother's Day gifts and Father's Day gifts. So it was a way for me to kind of display some of the other gifts that I have. So some of those, even though they came shopping for their kids, they got drawn into, oh, I can get this for my mama, or I can get this for the wife, and that kind of thing. So that helped some last year also. Is having at least having them out there. I can honestly say I haven't made any adult gifts specifically for Easter. Miss Rhonda says I understand, and that's your niche. As far as I'm as far as designing don't change. Why not put the shoes in a wrapped box so it will look like it does in the store? The only reason I didn't do that is because they have so much detail on them. Um, so I can put them in a box, but I was having a hard time displaying them so that you can see them. Like they literally say Stitch across the back of here. We have different pictures on each shoe. There's little emblems up here at the front that says Ohana, not to mention these little things. So if I put them in a traditional shoebox type of display, you lose a lot of that. Plus, it's hard to sit them up so that they'll be able to be seen. So I was still kind of playing with them. That's why I haven't wrapped anything or finalized anything yet, because I was still trying to figure out best placement and like how I was going to do it. Because I got other types of boxes like this. Of course, we got all the regular traditional basket boxes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. But yeah, that was really the only reason I didn't use just a wrap box like that. So it does look like it does in the store. Yep. I'm excited to see more of S. Marie Flair again. Well, thank you, Gay. Maria says, I'm wearing some leggings from DG I just got today, and they're supposed to go in a basket, but I hadn't done laundry, so I grabbed them from my bed. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, Maria. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I know I steal stuff out my stockpile. I surely do. Now I have to pay myself for it. If not, then I'll just be using all the stuff willy nilly. But I understand. I surely understand. Kay says I had quite a few sales of spiritual gifts for Easter for women. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, that I could probably. Oh, I was about to send somebody up out of here right then. I can see that because I do have quite a few Bibles, um, and other spiritual type items that I could definitely see if I can't work in because they would also be able to float into Mother's Day if I needed them to. So yeah, I may substitute or add that to the list. Not substitute it. I may add it to the list because the stuff that I have on the list are literally kid gifts. Uh, Miss Rhonda had people shopping for adult gifts also. Hey, Get Picked. Welcome in. Keisha says, Christy, so important to have baskets for adults. I'm also doing cat dog Easter baskets as well. Really? I got so many inquiries last year about baby, adult, and pet baskets. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I meant to say as far as design and don't change. I'm saying to put them on top of a box. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. I got you. I got you, Miss Rhonda. I got you. I understand. So yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out because I mean it. You know, it is what it is. It's just literally they just sitting up in there. It ain't doing nothing. But that was kind of the thought because if I put them in there like that, plus with the shrink wrapping and all that kind of stuff, and I be wanting you to see my stuff. That's part of my problem. I be trying to make you see everything, and other people be like, "Try just put that stuff in there." I be like, "No, they won't see it." But I'm seeing what you're saying. You're saying to put it on top of a box and have them displayed like they would on, if you just sat your shoes on top of the shoebox. I get it. I think I get it. Nice little cute wrap box at the bottom. So yeah, there's that also. Um, so we'll get something figured out. We surely will. And none of this stuff is in stone, y'all. I just got this stuff just up here, just up here. Mm, I thought I missed the live. No, ma'am, we're still here. You about to miss it, though, Erica. You surely about to miss it. I'm finna hang y'all up. But I'm glad you caught us. I'm glad you're everything's going good for you over there. Maria said they're comfortable. I bet they are. I did the Bibles with those little gift boxes from Dollar General, the lotion and stuff, a LLC from LBE with a twist, and they sold well. Yep, and those little prayer flip book thingies, I got some of those. So yeah, I should be able to make up some inexpensive, uh, quick moving adult spiritual themed gifts. Just kind of wrap my mind around it a little bit. I get it. I get it. Hey, Jeanette, welcome in. Those stitches are cute, though. You can still display it the same way, too. Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll figure it out. That's what I said. I ain't worried about it. I got enough stuff to go through in here. So I ain't letting nothing really hold me up, stop me from working, type thing. I'm just kind of working through them. And as I'm staging stuff or pulling stuff or looking for other stuff, then I end up seeing things that kind of go with things. So I'll take those and start putting them in a group together. And then that way, when it's time for me to move from one thing to the other, I already have started my selection of items. So that's kind of how I'm working it. And of course, everybody's way is different. This is not its final bow. I literally just tied some curling ribbon up there to tie this around the bunny ears to close it off. So that's why that was there, and I couldn't just leave the things. So I may put some curly cues around the back and maybe a little mesh bow up there to the top. But I'm pretty sure these kids are not getting my actual wired ribbon. So we're going to possibly do some floral, what do you call it? The Never in a Million ribbon. I'm going to be doing some of that kind of stuff. But they're not getting my good ribbon. I know that. Not these little kids. These kids don't, they ain't done that. But yeah, I got a couple of them sitting up here now. I got blue, red, and this peach color. So we're gonna get those taken care of. I'm gonna start tomorrow with what's on my desk so I can make space to work. Yeah, yep. Also, if you need a break from designing, but you still want to work your business, satin ribbon, thank you, flora satin and aqua satin and stuff like that. I always forget that. I be calling it the terrible ribbon because you can literally tear it, but then people think I mean terrible as in bad. So yeah, it's all kind of things. Keisha says, "Oh, S. Marie, I might display my house shoes just like you. You have the Stitch concept. I have a whole garbage bag full because they were $1, right? Didn't want to put them in baskets because shoe size limits sales. Yes, ma'am. Yep, Keisha, that's what I do for any of my things that have sizes on it. You get one sized item per gift, unless it's a special order or something like that. But to take outside, definitely not. Because I caught the well, I can't say that. I did have a couple of people, like two people passed on my Hello Kitty. They really, really wanted it, but the pants were too big, and then one said the shoes were not big enough. The pants were fine, but they needed a like a size 12 shoe or something, and I was like, I don't know if they even make that. I mean, I didn't tell them that, but I didn't have a shoe that large in the first place. So I try not to do two sized items in a gift. So if my gift has a shoe in it that has a size, that's as far as it's gonna go. Anything else that's in there is not gonna have a size. The same thing with, sleep pants or robes are usually one size fits all unless you get into some of the other ones, or fits most. But I try to limit my sized items in a gift to one size thing. And if that means I have to make 15 of them, then that is okay, because I can't make somebody who wears a size small buy a size large just because their shoe size is included in there. So, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Hey, Crafty Granny. If you still have hair care kits, then maybe put those out too. They have to do their hair for Easter. Yeah, every time I go out, I take out as much stuff as I can. We fill up that U-Haul to the max, baby, and then half the time I still have stuff in my vehicle, and y'all know my vehicle holds a lot. So yeah, I take out a lot of stuff. Now, the only thing I can say is I want to say last year the Easter stuff was so big, like with the bundles and all that kind of stuff, then I didn't have as much room to get as many actual gifts in there. But yeah, we gonna make sure it happened. Where did you find your floral satin ribbon? For the most part, that particular spool I just showed you came from, I think I won it from Never in a Million and or Bagged and Bowed, for a contest that they had. Other than that, I usually find mine at a thrift store. There's several thrift stores around here, and apparently, we have some ladies that are no longer interested in their ribbon like that. So they be donating it, and every time I see it in there, I'll be buying it. And I didn't even know how to use it or work it, but I had been purchasing it. So I have a good little stash of it. And it goes a long way because it's so many, like 100 yards on each of the rolls I have. So yeah, I'm still pretty good on that. But I'll definitely be sitting out that hair care, anything else too. Rhonda says that's what happened with my pajama gifts. They liked it, but the pajamas were small. I just sold the mediums this Valentine's Day. Yeah, yep. And I mean, that's just one of the things. Either you learn trial and error, or you hear somebody talking about it and realize that that's something that you might not want to get yourself into. Because yeah, it's inevitable. Something's not gonna fit. So I say, well, fine, I'll cut all of that out. You get a pair of shoes. The socks fit between a size 4 to 10 or 11 or something like that. The cup is not sized. You get your size. What size you need? What size is this? 9.5. Here you go. We got your 9.5. Oh, you need a 10. Here go. Here's your basket with your size 10 in it. You need a 7. Here's you a basket with a size 7 in it. And we just gonna roll like that. So I don't have any more Hello Kitties or Stitch in size 8, but I do have Hello Kitty in this exact same concept, the same design, but it just has Hello Kitty, or Hot Wheels, or Bluey, or whoever else is over there in that big old bag. So yeah. So that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to come in and hang out, spend a little time with you all, show you some of the things that I've been working on. Ooh, and we getting low on battery. Uh-huh. Oh, and I got a lot of emails. Where the crap did that come from? Probably because my storage is full. Email ain't even coming in right. Great live. Thank you. So I asked y'all questions, comments, and concerns. Nobody said anything, so I guess you guys are good on that. So with that being said, I'll wish you all have a great rest of your night. Get you some good rest. Enjoy your clearance shopping if you're still going out, and don't forget Valentine's Day items as well as Valentine's candy is slated to go to a penny on Tuesday. So, do with that information what you may. If that means not picking it up and taking your chance to see if you can get some stuff on Tuesday, then there it is. But at least you guys now know that that stuff is slated to penny out on Tuesday. Not everything that was included in the clearance event, just the Valentine stuff. And I heard that from Crazy Coupons, and I saw Christy put up a post. I don't know if she said anything about it, but I know Crazy Coupons and Geeky Banana and somebody else said it earlier today. So thank you for the live. Have a great night, everybody. I just want another container for my wrapping paper. I just want another container for my wrapping paper. What you tell? Oh, you going out to look for a container? I didn't even think about those Christmas plastics. I did not. And I remember they had a really big tote. Those $25 huge totes with the wheels on it. I got a lot of those before, and I would love to get some more of those. But I didn't even go to but three, four stores yesterday, and then none today. So I'm going to just leave it where it is. Yes, Christy put up a post on it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know Crazy put up something. She be a little delayed sometimes, so that's why it pays to follow more than one person. Great night, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Good night, good night. Making sure I didn't miss anything. I think we're done. All right, I'm finna hang out loud. Y'all have a great rest of your night. I will see you in the chats. And I guess I will prepare to start coming back live and putting you guys some content out. So let me go ahead and scrub these phones, get all the storage back where it needs to be so we can get you guys some good content out in the form of videos. So yeah, we're going to try that for a while and see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'll chat at you all later. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Peace and blessings. Is that the X button? Nope. Oh, yes, it is. Are you sure you want?